Quack-a-doodle-doo, what is up fellow birds, the Spiral, it is once again your friend and pal Fearsome here with a continuation of the Companion Guide series where I will be covering one of the game's most mobile companions, and also an amazing damage carry and utility companion at the same time. We are speaking of Contessa Argento, the Unicorn Conspirator and swashbuckler companion. So let's get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about her powers. So one of the things that makes her such a great companion for pressuring are these two powers, Backstab and Walk in Darkness. So let's talk about Backstab. Backstab, it's a solid hit. It does more damage than most of the abilities that companions actually get. So very good. It also does some bleeding damage, which completely ignores the Buccaneer's time protection. So also useful to consider. Um, so that's Backstab. The next ability we'll talk about is Gallant Defense. So if you are, right next to her, and the unit attacking you is right next to her and you, and they decide to attack you, she will intercept the attack. Okay? That's basically what it does. So I could sit here in a corner and I could put a Contessa right next to me, and Buccaneers could try and charge me, but they would end up attacking Contessa instead. And when that's complemented with Overwatch 3, she'll do a lot of damage. You just gotta use this power right. A lot of people misuse this power, end up getting the Contessa killed because if you attack Contessa and me at the same time, she will take the damage that I would have taken, and she'll take the amount of damage that she would have taken. So you have to use this ability carefully. Alright, then we're moving on to Walk in Darkness. This can be used to stall someone's attack, aside from AoE or poison, for 5 turns. And also when, she does actually attack, she will do double damage, assuming it's while she still has the Walk in Darkness on. Alright, well, it's also important to notice that you can combine the Backstab with this Walk in Darkness for a lot of extra damage. It's pretty scary sometimes in some situations. It can be used to pressure the opponent into making moves that they wouldn't otherwise have made. It's a great companion for pressuring. Alright. Another feature that's important is alert. So when she walks on traps, she takes less damage, 50% less damage. So she's great as a minesweeper, like in 3v3s or 1v1s versus a musketeer. That's what I like to use her for a lot, actually. In fact, I would say that it makes her a little more useful than the Gallant Defense because, and I'm getting to the next feature, she's also one of the most mobile companions in the game with a total of 6 movement. So she's more mobile than El Toro. She's more mobile than Gorananda when he's not using his gap closer. She's more mobile than Ratbeard, Bonnie and Emmett, and many other common companions. So that in and of itself makes her incredibly useful. Alright, well, that does cover all of her powers and unique features. Let's go ahead and talk about some setups. So the setup I have on my Contessa right now is kind of an in-between defense Contessa and chaining Contessa. Now, you mostly want to use this setup versus melee units with reactionary epics, with a lot of reactionary epics, say Ratbeards, for example. In some cases, El Toros, however, I wouldn't recommend using this companion specifically to counter an El Toro. Okay? A privateer, for example. You could run this companion up and trigger, repel borders, get the nice, first strike spam, and get, a riposte and a relent, almost guaranteed. So she's really good for that. And that's why I have my Contessa set the way I do. Now, there are other situations and there are other setups, so let's move on to the next possible setup. there's something you could do to your Contessa called a pure defense Contessa. And what you basically do is you take this Relentless and you instead replace it for another Riposte. Now, when would you want to use this? You'd want to use it specifically to counter chaining damage carries. So what do I mean by this? I mean companions like Goranando, Peter Quint, Fan Flanders, and let's see, is there anyone else? Temujin, Zhang Cha, those type of companions that chain a lot, and their focus isn't necessarily reactionary epics. In that case, you may go for a Riposte 2 instead of Relentless, and the reason you might want to do this is because Riposte does 1.75 times. It increases the damage. Basically, does a basic hit, where the damage is times by 1.75. So it's 1.75 times more powerful than a basic hit. So it's really, really good to have. It's really nasty. So once again, the setup is Riposte 2 and First Strike 3. Now, why do you want First Strike 3? Well, the reason you want First Strike 3 for most cases is because you have a lot of buccaneers and swashbucklers in this meta who like to hide. And what First Strike 3 does is it removes a melee hidden attack when someone is about to attack the First Strike 3 unit. Not only that, but it also adds a plus 25% damage to all first strikes, and that can account for a lot of damage throughout the course of the game. So really nice to have for that reason. Alright, so the last setup is more something that can be used in certain situations in 3v3s and PvE. And if you're against the Musketeer and you're pretty sure they're not going to, bring a lot of melee companions. Most of the times they will, so it's best not to use it in 1v1s at all. Once again, use what works for you, but I don't recommend it for 1v1s. So this setup is basically to replace the First Strike completely, go for Relentless 2 and Bladestorm 2. And believe it or not, Contessa can actually chain quite a bit. So that's her damage carry setup. Alright, well, now we've covered all of her setups. Let's talk about the talent she has, or what you want to give her. So you want to start by giving her Rough 4 for 40 extra damage, Accurate 4 for 15 extra accuracy, and Dodgy 4 for 15 extra dodge. Tough 4 for 510 health. And the last one you want to put into Agile. Now, I don't recommend going into Agile 4. I haven't noticed a huge difference when you do, but I have noticed that Dodgy seems to affect her performance very positively. So those are her talents. And that will be the end of this companion guide. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I think I'll do Chandel Livingston. Maybe I'll do Exeter. I'm conflicted. Both super useful companions. But yeah, it has been your friend and pal Fearsome here with yet another Pirate 101 video because goodness knows I love this game. Hey, if you like what you see, you can make your own awesome videos with a drag and drop editor called Filmora 9, who I am actually affiliated with. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, their program is free. There is a premium version, which is also really nice and what I myself has been using for many years. But if you would like to see what a brand new YouTuber has made with Filmora 9, absolutely free, the first time he used it, I will go ahead and post a 5-minute video that I really enjoyed myself in the link below in the description. So be sure to check out Filmora and be sure to check out his YouTube channel because he's also an awesome Pirate 101 YouTuber and we all love to support the community. So yeah, I will see you guys around.